well, let's see here. I don't know where Krogan is. I hope he's okay. But, I don't know where. He didn't reply. I was going to play a different game with him today. But, yeah. Let's take a look. I might be just doing this instead.
Get on board. Your deep dive is commencing.
Let's get down and dirty with some tunnel rats, barkeep. Yeah! Rock and stone!
I don't know what this elite dive is. KNAT says, hello, not streaming on DLive anymore? I should be on DLive. Let me open a window here. I mean, maybe it's not working. It says sending data. Is it broken? Definitely am trying to stream to DLive. Let me take a look here. Just got a different window open. Huh. It does say stream is offline, doesn't it? I don't know what to do about that. I could try restarting the whole stream. Take a look at things here. Yeah, and I think, yeah, I don't know. Gosh. Could try pressing this and doing this. Oh, goodness. I got a couple viewers on YouTube. I think that's going to be more popular than Trovo for most people. Just in case you're looking to hang with other people. I don't know what the deal is with DLive. The website working? I assume the website's working. I assume other people are streaming. Looks like it. Although, there's really not... Well, I guess there are fewer... I mean, like, so... I don't know how they select who gets featured on the first page of DLive, but, like, they're all, like, 10 viewers. And I think there's normally some bigger, few hundred people, viewer things going on. But if I click on the news section... I mean, here's someone with, like, 1,000. I know you can't see this. Just... check on the other screen. I wonder if there's a live outage for some people, or if it's just something goofed up here. Ultimately, you know, I send my stuff to Restream, and then it's Restream's connection to DLive, you know? That's the one that's borked. Yeah. Okay. Well, so to answer your question, not streaming on DLive, I guess the answer is yes. Not that I meant to. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start this Elite Deep Dive. See how it goes. I mean, I might not make it. Actually, let me look at my... I think I messed around like a whole bunch with my stuff here. Let me... Boom, boom... Oh, no, I want this. I think I'll stick with that, right? Low rate expansion? Okay. Over here? I think I want that one. Here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, I like that. Stick with the Impact X. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's up with DLive, people. Hopefully, they'll find me, you know? Maybe. Like, maybe they'll say, huh, the stream I'm expecting to happen on DLive isn't happening. Maybe they'll come look for me. Maybe they won't. You know, it's... I'm thinking of Stefan Molyneux, you know. He got banned from his platforms all over. And he's got those videos where he's saying, like, I'm not hiding. I'm not that hard to find. But you gotta, like... Unfortunately, to a large degree, censorship works, you know? It's like, people don't come looking for you.
Your objectives are prepared, and you can
It's
approach
just,
them however you want.
one of the
As long as you
things.
complete them all, management wishes you a
Okay,
safe and
so this is
productive
more
deep
Kite and
dive.
Black Box. This is a pretty decent start for the first one. You know, not like a super difficult thing generally. I mean, sometimes black boxes are sketchy. You know, you get a bulk detonator on you or an oppressor, and your black box gets totally... you get wrecked at it. I'll take some gold. Why not? I think I see some more kite.
Help me with the minerals here.
But yeah, well, and you know, same sort of thing is happening to everybody, you know? I'd be interested to look at James Alsup's numbers, right? What's his viewership and where is he? Is he on, I mean, he's on BitChute, right? What's his viewership now? Because he had like 1/3 something like 330,000 subscribers on YouTube, and yeah, I think he was doing YouTube for a living, and I believe he was like, wife was pregnant or something. Yeah, I mean, it's the censorship situation is, well, I mean, they do it because it works, right? If I shoot that thing. Did I get anything? But yeah, I was gonna actually play A Way Out with Krogan today, and I was getting that ready, and then he hadn't joined, and I was watching the clock come down. I'm like, okay, well, it's 10 minutes out. And he's not responding. Uh-oh. These things. Alien scum. Exactly. Whoa! Get out of here, Cave Leech. I also, I don't know, like, I know a lot of you guys aren't actually playing Deep Rock Galactic, but if you do, I did put out a video this morning about, you know, Hazard 4 and Hazard 5, you know, sort of like a newbie tip or two for succeeding in the higher level stuff. So, this is an elite deep dive. I've never actually played this on stream. The way deep dives work is you have to do 3 missions back to back. So once I collect the 200 Morkite and recover the black box, I'm gonna get in a drop pod and I'm gonna go down further. Uh-oh. Woo, Spitballer. So you gotta do 3 in a row. Like, my nitro will carry over, so if I jump in the jump pod at the end of this mission with no ammo, well, then I'll begin the next mission with no ammo. That being said, I'll also be able to stock up nitra between missions, you know? Go into the last mission, hopefully with a lot of nitra and not have to collect a lot. Now, the way the deep dives work is they go up in difficulty as you go. So this is an elite deep dive. If you do your, basically, deep dives, it's kind of like a weekly quest, right? Once a week, you get new deep dives and elite deep dives. You get the overclocks for your weapons and beard cosmetics and stuff. The first, I believe it is with the elite deep dives, the first mission is basically Hazard 4.5. So, a little bit harder than your normal Hazard 4. Not quite as hard as your normal Hazard 5. Then your second mission is Hazard 5 difficulty, and then your third mission is Hazard 5.5. So it's actually harder than any mission you never normally go to, but hopefully you've stocked up a lot of nitra and you're really gonna, you know, lean on that heavily and go hard and still complete it. KNAT says, how viable is this game solo? I think the game's very viable solo. KNAT says, it seems like it's much better as a team game. I think it's fine as both. Personally, I generally do all my Elite Deep Dives and Hazard 5 missions solo, but in groups I generally do Hazard 4, sometimes even Hazard 3 if I want to listen to music and like not think about it too much. You know, I don't... I think it's fine as a solo game. Oh man, I wish I could see. I mean, I do like playing it solo. And like I said, only once have I ever done an Elite Deep Dive with other people. I always just do them solo. And I never really like doing Hazard 5 with other people. I do it solo.
Contact. Lock and load.
So, I don't know. I think it's fine as a solo game. And you get Bosco. See? There's Bosco. He's helping me fight. He's the best teammate you'll ever have. he's really good. And I feel like Bosco, you know how, what's that one game? Oh, Borderlands. You know, a lot of, after Wall-E and Borderlands and all that stuff, whenever they give you a little robot companion, they always make them, like, very, like, intentionally cute, right? I feel like Bosco is, like, unintentionally cute. I don't think they intended for Bosco to be as cute as he ended up being. But I'll show you that in a second. Let's deal with the swarm. Oh my god, Acid Spitter. Oh. Okay. I'll let Bosco get me up this time. Let me look around. Yeah. Bosco can get me up for this one.
Bosco, you're the best.
The wave is petering out. Wipe out the rest and get on with
So if you look in the lower right, you can see my driller, right? You can see my health, you can see my shield. So right above him you can see Bosco. And Bosco has 2 rockets next to his name. Those recharge. I can use those, but I generally don't use them very often. And he's also got 3 bars under his name. Those bars are his revives for me. So I get 3, and I used 1. Schmerling says solo is viable, but you can get punished harder for bad RNG. Yeah, I mean, if you come in as a driller and then, you know, everything is on the ceiling, it's kind of a nightmare, right? Like all your objectives are on the ceiling, that kind of deal. It's a bummer. But I feel like it's still pretty good solo. So, Bosco, get out of the floor. Rock and stone, Bosco. Look at him. He salutes you. Come on. There we go. He's so cute. Just want to hit him. Grab that. Let's do the uplink. I don't know how many hours I have in the game, Schmerling, and also, like, I tend to, like, leave games open and go to bed, you know? So it's just there when I'm AFK, and all of a sudden you rank up, like, 40 hours in a week when you weren't even playing, kind of deal. Get out of here. Woo. So you can see here, do you see like the +5 healths coming up on my screen when they die like that? I love Vampire on Driller. I kind of like Vampire on everybody, but I love it on Driller. Because the drills work with Vampire, the axe works on Vampire, and this axe, that one, that works with Vampire. don't know if you saw that. I got +5 there. Get out of here. Oh, yeah.
75% team.
It's actually one of, like, my favorite things about Driller is how much it synergizes with Vampire. And, you know, you get up there and you get in things' face and you start drilling. Cool. I don't feel like anyone else quite has the same feeling. Although I don't mind Gunner. Uh-oh. Oh, God, the acid spitters.
You need to stay inside the triangulation zone. Get
Let's
back
just
in
Iron
there.
Will real quick. Get rid of that.
Objective completed. Data successfully retrieved. Excellent work,
Probably
miners.
should have grabbed ammo during that, but just for health reasons, that gives health too. I don't know what my passives are right now. I probably should have looked at that more seriously before I started.
I'm taking some of the ammo. Yeah, give me some sugar.
Get rid of that. Loot bugs. Excellent.
You're cute, but you're dead.
You can check the equipment in the pause menu, can I? Where? Status. I don't see anything. Or is it over here? Oh, okay. Deep pockets. Oh, resupplier. Yeah, I like that. Heightened senses. That's okay. Oh, yeah. I think it's alright. A lot of acid spitters. Tell you what.
Took out a loot bomb.
Got a bit of Morkite in this room. Now. Bosco! Save me. Do that one. Oh my... No, do that one. I'll do this.
Just take your sweet time, old lady. I've got all day.
Wonder where Krogan is. Wonder why D-Live's not working. I wonder a lot of things. So is anyone still watching Stefan Molyneux? did anyone watch him before all the bannings? And now that he's been banned, have you stopped? Because he's very upset about it, just in case you didn't know. I mean, he's like, he says he's not upset. And on some level, I think he's, like, kind of not, but I think he kind of is. But,
We've got all the Morkite
oh, I got
needed.
everything.
Excellent mining team.
No wonder there's so much Morkite in this room.
Good work.
Oh.
All objectives completed.
This
Drop pod
keeps
can be
going?
hauled via the mule.
I thought maybe this was the last room, given how much Morkite was in here. Let me look around. Oh, maybe it's just a little loop here. Yeah, it's probably a little loop. Let me check this loop for... Ugh. Nitra. What I can do, too... Where the hell am I? There's so much goo. What? Oh. Any Nitra? Bosco just comes flying through the hole I made. Excellent. Oop. No Nitra, but some gold. Also, you can let me know if I miss Nitra.
Get through it fast. We're in a tight
That's
space
certainly
over
a
here.
distinct possibility, since Nitra is red and the whole map's green. I'm colorblind. So, this is probably one of the regions I miss Nitra on the most. Personally, my favorite region is the radioactive one. And the sand one, you know.
Swarm.
Sand's got all the, what's it called? Like the one-hit walls, right? Sandy walls. I could actually call the drop pod during this wave, but I don't think it'll matter. rid of this. So this is, you know, the first deep dive, the first mission in the deep dive is always, you know, trivial. Because it's not even Hazard 5 yet. But it's later on. There was that 1 week, it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where... Oh god, get out of here, spitters. There was that 1 week where the second mission was this crazy on-site refining mission. Where, like, the, what's it called? The refinery was up on top of the map and all the morkite wells were, like, way far down. That was brutal. I've never had such a hard time with anything in this game than that mission. I mean, it was just... I mean, it was very difficult. Okay. Where's my resupply? Right up there? Okay. Hey Nat says it was reasonable for Molyneux to be upset. But he would watch his videos, Molyneux's, every now and then. Or he would still watch some of Molyneux's videos every now and then if they would pop up and recommended, but obviously they're not. Because he's gone. Or he's deleted from the platform. Censorship works. I'll just call it here.
Good work. Sending in the cannon.
And run towards
Stage
the thing. Oh, forgot about this.
Wally!
Knat says, though, that he didn't like his e-begging. Didn't like Molyneux's e-begging. I mean, it was never that bad. I feel like on some level, people are kind of just sensitive to it, right? Like, you have some people who really shamelessly do it, and they're real dicks about it. But, and then you have, like, people who aren't so bad about it, but, they still sometimes get treated the same. Not to say that you're doing that with Molyneux, but I think I'll dig into the wall over here. Just, you know, for fun. Funsies. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Molyneux had so many subscribers, he had so many followers on Twitter. I mean, Spotify, I don't know if you saw the Joe Rogan thing, right? So Joe Rogan said, oh, Spotify's not censoring me, that's not happening. And then later he admitted, yeah, Spotify said that they wouldn't put me on, they required in the contract or whatever that they didn't want to have to put up interviews of certain people. So even his Joe Rogan interview is like, it's not even his platform, and it's still censored. The Stefan Molyneux Joe Rogan interview. Oh gosh, the thing. Get out of here.
Well done. Coordinates for the next LC coming in.
But gosh.
The mule's been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever.
Merlin says that he stopped watching the alt-light guys, and we're classifying Molyneux as alt-light in this case, a few years ago. So Schmerling stopped watching them a few years ago. The no eggs memes were still funny, according to Schmerling. I think they were good. Ants Monster says he begged a lot, and he was proven wrong when he said free market would save him. Well, I mean, I think he's still making a living from what he's doing, isn't he? I mean, well, I couldn't... So he pushed people towards his website quite a bit at some point.
If we survive, next round is on me.
Oh, looks like American Krogan is logged in. He pushed people towards his website at one point, so I think there's a number of his fans who got his content through his website. If he hadn't done that, who knows how bad it could have gotten. Oh, I gotta kill a dreadnought in this mission. My least favorite thing to do. I hate the Dreadnought missions. I hate the Dreadnought missions, Hazard 4, playing with other people. I hate doing it solo. I just don't like the Dreadnought fights, really. I like the, you know what the boss fight that I really like the most is the big plant. Harlock Harvester? I don't know. Something like that. I find the plant to be fun and interesting, and, like, sometimes we do it real well, and sometimes it totally gets borked, but I like it. Oh, look at that. Resupply cabinet. Kind of muddy and gross, and I think it'll only have one resupply. But it's something we'll be able to come back to and snake something out of, maybe, at some point. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. I don't need it now. Bum-ba-dum. So, Krogan, I don't know if you're watching, but you can join voice at any point if you want. If you're not already in here. Look at all these Mactera. Get out of here. Oop. Oh no. You know, when I first started Deep Rock, and I was playing, like, you know, Hazard 2, I was like, whenever we would get a Mactera mission, I'd be like, ah, Mactera, you know, they don't even do anything. Now that I'm on Hazard 5, and it's just like, at any point your shield could just be taken away from you, and now you're in the... Oh my god. Look at them all. It's like the mosquitoes in Panama. No. Oh my god. Oh. Maybe do a little bit of that. Woo. Oh. That was a whiff. Whiff and a half. Get him, Bosco. Eesh. I might just take this now. Just for the health and some ammo. But for the health, because it's like, a lot of the times when you bring down your resupplies here, I don't know, there's always, I feel like when you're playing solo, oh my god, there's more Mactera. When you're playing solo, I feel like, unless you've been skipping Nitra, or can't find any yet, I feel like you're not running out of resupplies for the most part.
Loot bug looted.
Okay, what is this giant cavern? Is there anything below this? Look over here. Ooh, there's legs below it. Oh my god, the Mactera! Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Oh my god. No. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh no, and I held it too long. Get out of here. Oh my goodness, these bastards. What are you guys doing here? Okay. Now this is where it can get hard, because I need to make progress on my mission. And I'm not. And I'm almost dead. Let me look. Go like this. Okay. Hey. My cryo cannon does work decently on them, but potentially the EPC is faster if I stop screwing it up. But there's just a lot of Macteras. Merlin says Dash is a top-tier perk. Yeah, that's one of the things. So I did put out a video today on my YouTube channel, sort of like just to help beginners out. My gaming channel. Just to help beginners out with Hazard 4 and Hazard 5. And that's kind of one of the things I actually forgot to mention was Dash. I'm like, running away is good. But then I didn't mention Dash. I could just drill that little mini mule straight down into this, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna barely miss the cliff or not. And I'm gonna, you know, be done with this mini mule in a minute anyway. All right. Well. Marlene says it's also a top tier perk for accidentally killing yourself. Yeah. Dash. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. What? This is... Normally... Oh my goodness. Where the hell's my hole? Can't find it. I can't find my hole, guys. Jeez. Like, normally with Mactera Swarm, I'm expecting, like, 5 Mactera. Oh, now I found a hole. I expect like 5 Mactera to show up out of nowhere, not like 15. Oh, that... Don't look at that. That was, I thought maybe I'd still be invulnerable for another second.
Thanks, Bosco!
Okay, let's just drop down while I'm invulnerable for a second. There is some nitra up here I want to grab. I'm in trouble, though. Running out of... Okay. That was just stupid. Okay. Too many holes in the floor now. Jesus. And boom. Okay. Where's my other hole? Okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Where's the other mini mule? Okay, it's over there. Oh, that's one of my flares. Wondering what the hell that glow was. What are you guys doing? Oh, so this hole... So this is our prime... I've done a lot of deep dives lately where they've had to salvage mini mules, but it's the secondary, not the primary. In this one, because salvage mini mules... Oh, God. Because salvage mini mules is the primary, we do have to go through the whole sort of connecting some busted drop pod. Dude, Mactera are a lot tougher on this map than I've ever had them be before. I've never had Mactera swarms this big. Is this weird? Is this normal?
Roger that. Supplies are coming.
I don't know how this one's gonna go, guys. And I assume I have to kill the Dreadnought before I can, like, do the other thing here.
Supply pod is here. Everybody collect ammunition.
So Schmerling says you might want to make a bunker. Yeah, I've never done bunkers, you know? That's the thing. Look at this. Whoa! Hello. Goodbye.
Jack.
Hello, how's it going, Krogan?
It's alright. Trying to set up the stream on Odyssey.
What, took you so long?
What do you mean what took me so long?
We're 40 minutes into the stream right now. I'm playing Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this one, guys. Get out of here.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies. I'm not on Eastern Standard Time. We don't have daylight savings time, and I forgot to adjust again.
It's all good. Okay. So, Schmerling says, basically drill an upward slope and detonate your C4 on the ceiling at the end of the tunnel. So, okay. Make a long string with a ball. I mean, I'm wondering what my Dreadnought's gonna be. Because I might just die to the Dreadnought. So I've used all 3 of Bosco's revives and Iron Will. So there's a good chance that I'm just screwed, right? So. And this wouldn't be the first time. Like, occasionally, like, during some weeks, I'll do the Elite Deep Dive in one go, and sometimes it'll take a couple goes, and I might switch class, you know, I might try it on Driller first, and then I'll be like, no, I'm not doing Driller for this one, and I'll do it on Gunner or something. Wonder where my other... Where's my other mule? Mini mule. Oh, here it is. Okay, there's an arm down there. I got 2 arms up here.
Are you streaming on DLive?
DLive's not working for me for whatever reason.
Okay.
It just says sending data and it's not going. But I'm on Trovo, Twitch, and YouTube.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know what you want to do. I mean, do you want to still do a way out? Or
no, not today. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no, Davey. Deal with some of this. So, you know, if you want to hang out, we can talk and stuff. Otherwise, yeah. I'll probably fail this Elite Deep Dive. That's fairly likely to happen in the next couple minutes. Oh. Oh no.
Give me a minute, because like I said, I mean, for me, it's
okay.
like it's 240 for me, and usually I've been pretty good about adjusting since then, but I'll be back in a second.
All right. Is it safe to come out? Oh no! I think I'm definitely screwed. Okay, I got all the things. There's more Nitra. Nitra down there. One of the nice things about if I get a lot of Nitra is I can just really super aggressively grab resupplies whenever I want just for health. Okay. Grab this health too. So my screen stops making this headache glow crap. And do a little bit of this. Think I can one-shot a Dreadnought without even going down once? Because I normally don't.
Down the hatch!
Alright. Oh, so there's the egg over there. There's quite a bit of Nitra on this map. Oh no. Where will I fight this dude? Maybe just in this area.
Suppose I can't join in your game?
No. It's solo right now. So, like I said though, I'm probably about to fail it. So, then we'll be able to play.
Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Okay. Resupply?
I ordered a resupply.
Supplies are on the way.
Bacon on the faucet. What's this? Time to restart. Getting more
I hope these
ammo.
mini mules will help me fight. And since they're everywhere. Think that'll help me? Probably not. No, it's the twins. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. Ooh, see, like I'm almost dead already. Okay. Oh no! Missing. Uh-oh.
It's overheated. Explosives flying.
Oh, oh. Oh, I hit the other one. Ooh. Get some shield recharge if we can. Where's the Arbalest? Because if I keep damaging the Lacerator, he's about to heal each other, aren't they? Where the hell? Ooh, that was close. Okay, they're gonna heal each other. Yoink. Also be good to grab an axe. Oh. Yoink, yoink. Who's this? This is the Lacerator again. Okay. And now they're gonna heal. And I'm gonna go over here. Slot says, you didn't post a link to your streaming. I did on Twitter. But, yeah. I don't know, maybe... Uh-oh. Where's the ranged one? I need... Okay, there we go. Bosco. Bomb. Ooh. Rocket. Alright. Tired of these things healing. Oh no. Stop hitting me. Oh man. Okay. Ooh. That's scary. Where's Bosco? Bosco on the Arbalest? Okay, they're both on the wall. Bosco, get on that. Ooh. Close. Can I burst this guy yet? No, I was not able to. Now they're gonna heal. Really going through the resupplies. Slot says you reposted a post from April 3rd. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was last week's Wednesday stream. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Flying around the map here. Where's Bosco? Okay, he's up there on that. Oops. Never mind. Just do your thing, Bosco. I'm gonna see if maybe... Can I burst this down? No, I can't. Oh, no. What if I run over here and grab some ammo?
I'm taking some of the ammo. Much better.
Not being very efficient with the ammo, but I'm surprised I'm still alive, honestly. Well, that's one. Now this other one does some sort of crazy thing right after the other one dies. Yeah, look at all that. Oh, oh.
Take care of this.
Oh, goodness. Don't do it again. Oh! My freeze got reset. Oh, well, there you go. Done. Bummer. Like I said, I hate fighting the dreadnoughts. I just don't find it... In terms of boss encounters, I just don't find it very... I don't know, enjoyable? And maybe it's because I'm not as... Maybe it's because I'm bad at it, you know? But, I don't like it. I do like the Korlak plant. My favorite one.
Next time. Next time.
So, Krogan, you around?
I am.
You wanna play some Deep Rock Galactic?
I'm still a little bitter that I screwed up the timetables, but sure.
Okay. Well.
Whoop. I meant to click on join game. And I am joining game.
Okay. Yeah, I wish I knew why D-Live wasn't working, but Merlin says it's more fun as NG with the fat boy overclock. Yeah, I don't have that overclock. I have the hyper propellant. That one's pretty cool. I mean, I've taken out some. You want to do Hazard 5? Cave Leech? Double XP? This could actually be a lot of experience. Let's get some ale here.
Rounds of skull crushers for
Yeah, I've had some hyper propellant moments where, because you can, if you hit the sacks perfectly on a detonator, you just rip through it as hyper propellant. Like, I think in Hazard 4 you can like two-shot a detonator with hyper propellant.
Let's go.
Drop sequence initiating. Fasten your seatbelts.
I just heard a Windows sound, but I don't see any error messages. So that's probably bad. So if the stream crashes, well, then it
crashes.
Yeah, then it crashes. I guess I don't have anything to say. Follow that up. KNat says, I've heard from a previous stream you mentioned EVE Online. I liked that game a lot. Yeah, it is a good game. I mean, it's very in-depth. It's very interesting. Lot of pretty cool people play it.
This is a simple mining mission.
It is quite a big game. It's quite a mind game. You know, not a lot of people are into such a difficult game in some ways. But I think it's a good one overall.
I think there's a bit of a skill floor.
Yeah, especially depending on what you want to do, right? I mean, the thing is, as an MMO, it's got like more sort of variety of play than most. You know, there is people who like never undock. You know, they're all in production and trading, and it's quite a different game from someone who's like, let's say, a combat pilot. I mean, I've done everything in that game. You know, not everything. I've done a lot of things in that game. I mean, I've made billion, yeah, scams, definitely. I've made a few billion-isk on just, trading, right? I've done station trading, I've done regional trading, I've done production. So, I like the production, focused on doing production, and then, like, finding places in New Eden to produce and sell stuff. I mean, you're surprised how much you make. Uh-oh. This thing. Well, there's a big-ass hole in this floor I wasn't expecting.
Feeling alert.
Let's go up here. Through all the shit. Where's everything? Get rid of this thing. Woo! But, I've done a lot of combat pilot stuff, a lot of Black Ops stuff. I like that a lot. You know, I got Covops 5, Stealth Bomber. Well, Stealth Bomber, it just uses Covops, but, you know, Covops 5, I've done a ton of scanning, lots of exploration. You know, I always liked scanning a lot, and I don't know exactly what the state of scanning is now. Oh my goodness. But, you know, I always liked doing scanning even back in the day when scanning was much more difficult than it is probably now, right? You launched every probe
Okay, load up.
on its own, moved every probe. Well, you didn't have to move them all independently, but you'd sort of like create your formation, you know, your sort of square formation or your 5 pattern, depending on how many probes you were actually able to launch, given your skills and everything.
Deep Rock seriously need to invest in some.
This is a weird shaped room.
Swarm, they're here.
I needed that.
Slot says, are you invincible during Iron Will? Yes. But once it ends, you're gonna die unless you've gained health. That's the deal. Well, I mean, I think you're invincible. I know you can't die. Now, if you gain health, can you lose it without dying? I don't know. I don't think you can lose it. I think you're invincible. But... Uh-oh. Is that an acid spitter? Oh, a lot of stuff here.
Worst pinball game ever.
Ooh, get rid of that.
The stream of incoming enemies is practically eradicated, and you're still alive. Well done.
Get into cover. Turning up the heat.
Wow.
Oh, we both went down. Oh shit! At the same time. I don't know how that happened.
All right, so KNat says scanning is fun, but staying in wormhole too long can make it tiresome. Yeah. KNat says, but I never came as far as Black Ops and Stealth Bombers. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I've done a good amount of wormhole stuff. I mean, last time I played, I tested it out just to see what how much money I make scanning, because I always liked exploration and making money that way. I was able to do about 100 mil an hour scanning.
Mission selected and locked in. Time to board the drop pod.
I have played in corporations. I've also done a lot of solo stuff.
Crushers for
Actually, one of the last things I did before I left the game was high-sex suicide ganking. Haulers on Stargates. Not like the minor bumping stuff. I mean, whatever. If you want to do that, that's whatever. But I had a couple alts. So I picked some pipe, not like a major pipe, but a pipe towards like Wrens or something, and so I scanned people in basically like haulers, and some guy in like an Iteron came through with like 500 mil in cargo and not tanked at all, and I forget what I was using. Oh, tornado, yeah. I just popped them with a tornado, and my other alt came in with a badger or something. Yoinks! So, because I had never done that, you know? I had played a lot of Eve, and never really bothered with high-sec stuff. I've done null-sec SOV stuff, I've done low-sec stuff, I've done a lot of bombing runs. I love the bombing runs, but then I'm like, you know, this is a thing people are doing. And you would see these killboard entries of like an Iteron 5 with 3 bill in the cargo, and it's just like, whew, what are these people doing? And it's quite a rush, you know? Even a slow aligning, slow moving Iteron, you know, if you aren't kinda quick, or you don't have like a lot of leeway. And I've also done a lot of hauling even. You know, that's one of the first things I did when I joined EVE, was I was hauling, right? So I hauled through high-sec a lot. In my Badger. Back when, like, you would have Badger Mark 1 and Badger Mark 2. I don't know what they call it Tyra. But it was just Badger back then. so I'd do high sec hauling, and then I started to get into low sec hauling, and I would pull stuff out of low sec. People would even buy like blueprints and stuff in low sec, and I'd pull them out in shuttles or frigates and that kind of stuff. So I was a big hauling guy, sort of a space trucker when I was new to the game. And then I never killed haulers, and I never did any of my own hauling for a long time. But like I said, one of the last things I did before I left the game was to at least give it a shot, you know, try high-sec hauler ganking for profit. You know, I know some people, they fill their kill board full of even empty haulers, you know? But I was like, no. This is... I'm sitting there with a calculator and checking the cargo values of everybody as they go by to see if it's a good idea for me to gank with my tornado or not, you know, calculating based off of, like, okay, well, actually, if you use domination ammo, I can alpha for this much, and, you know. There's a lot of stuff here. Get more nitra.
I called for Molly.
But I've also done, like, low-sec gate camps. I mean, I really love the Thrasher. I mean, it's really crazy when you have, like, a gate camp and, like, you have enough Thrashers to start falling battle cruisers or something, right?
Mining is hard work.
Imagine you got, like, 30 Thrashers on the Hama gates, and someone comes in and, you know, like a not super well tanked battle cruiser, maybe a tornado or something. You just volley them. Look at all these monsters. Not even a thing. Not even a swarm. What are these things? Alright, where's the other one? Get out. There it is. Wending my way up.
Here we go.
Ah.
I can almost see it. Oh, there's another one. Got me right next to you. And there we go.
Prepare to fight for your life.
Uh-oh.
Big swarm is approaching.
Maybe back against this wall.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll even...
Yeah. You can funnel them.
Explosives, vibes.
The swarm is upon you.
Maybe that was a bad idea.
It's all good. KNAT says suicide ganking sounds very opportunistic. Yeah, I mean, there are some suicide gankers, like the whole James 315 thing, and they'll gank a lot of the times anything that they can. What I mean by that is, like, if they have enough firepower to take it down, they'll take it down. But the suicide ganking, I wanted to try it for profit. You know, I wanted to see if I could make money doing it. You know, I wasn't, like, interested in, like, oh, well, Like, I don't want to suicide gank Ventures on some one-day alt.
Incendiary grenade!
Boring.
The wave is significantly diminished. Well done, team.
I've definitely done a few hauls out of low sec and even null sec, like billion hauls, like a 4 billion
Like these things weren't
haul
bad enough alone.
out of low sec. And that'll get your heart pumping. When you start carrying, like, you'll scout out a pipe, you'll have an alt, you'll bring in 4 billion ISK through low sec, and then someone who you totally weren't expecting joins local out of nowhere. You have both ends of the pipe covered, and this guy just pops in. Did he log in? Did he jump out of a wormhole? I don't know, but your heart's like ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. I got 4 bill in the cargo hold.
Hold your fire, you animal.
Jeez, the little things just keep coming.
Try job down! Getting closer to our quota.
Okay, so I guess we are going this way, aren't we? You want to put a zip line down to there? There we go.
Ready?
And there should be some sugar down on the floor. Oh,
Not again.
oops. Well, I'll pick you up.
I owe you one, brother. Red sugar.
Behind us.
Yeah,
I'm out of shields too, and ammo.
that's a bummer. You can call down a resupply.
You bug pop. Resupply ordered.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
KNAT says the thrills feel great on his
Resupply arrived.
on my first 1v1 Stratios. I choked hard though. Yeah, I imagine. Especially if it's blingy at all. Hey, I didn't know he would change direction to me. Grabbing some help.
Yeah, what I don't like, the only thing I don't like about this game, and maybe it's just on my end, but it's just like, I feel like half the time when I'm getting hit, I'm like out of what should be the hit box, and I'm still getting hit.
Bug down. Don't think again.
I don't know. I know sometimes there's directional things. I've had bugs face me while they're not facing me. They're facing the other way and they're still hitting me.
Getting more ammo.
But KNAT says he liked to gank people at relic sites. Uh-oh. Yeah. I can't tell you how many ganks I've avoided. At relic sites and whatnot. Some Stratios comes out anywhere. Like I said, I did a lot of exploration, so I'm pretty hip on the D-scan on local and just not going places that I'm likely to get ganked. But, ooh, a lot of stuff.
Ready to blow. Stop screaming.
But for the most part, the only thing I was like really worried about, the only thing that was generally going to catch me at a relic site was the stealth bomber. Because that's the only thing that can lock immediately after decloak, right? Everything else is a delay. Stratios is Asteros. I mean, I've definitely had Asteros show up and, like, push me off the site, and then I have to leave and they take the rest. But, I don't die to them, generally.
Wally is on the way.
KNet says with low sig radius. Oh, so low. Hold on a second here. Let me. With low signal radius, Stealth Bomber can't do much against an Astero. Yeah, you'd be surprised though. Like, so a lot of exploration Asteros might have drones that can kill you, but they might not bring any warp scram. So you can kind of jump on them anyway and just, what happens is it's a gamble, right? If you're a stealth bomber... Oh, Terrace. If you're a stealth bomber... And... Oh. Look at that. If you're a stealth bomber, you can kind of go on an Astero, start shooting it, see what it does. You definitely do have, like, Asteros with a few hundred mil in loot in their cargo, and they just forget to bring drones. Or they, you know, or it's like, what's it called? What are those things? ECM drones. They only bring ECM drones, and then if it doesn't work, they just die to you. Right? That being said, there's a good chance it works because you're a frigate. Get out of here, Mactera grabber. Grabber, no grabbing. Oh, let's drill here. Whoa! Uh-oh. We're half here. More cave leeches.
No more beasties incoming. Take care of what is left, then have a breather.
Whoa! A third cave leech. Get out of here. Oh, that's a bummer. I hate it when that happens.
Whoa. Shield up.
Alright. I'm gonna grab the battery pack. Little bit of a mushroom. Schmerling wants to know, do you guys think you'll play 6 Days in Fallujah when it comes out?
I might. I mean, I'm curious to see what all the fuss is about. And
more cave leeches in the ceiling here.
Yeah, considering, I mean, if it weren't for all the the political controversy around it, I don't think I would feel enticed to play it. But I feel like because of all the talking points around it, I feel obligated to play it and give commentary on it.
It's overheated. I need the damn minecart. Where is it?
I mean, I haven't watched any trailers on it. I really don't know much about it other than, you know, a couple things I've posted recently, you know, Islamic Arab American associations call it an Arab simulator or an Arab murder simulator, and they're all upset about it. And I have my own takes on that, so yeah, I'll probably play it.
Golden loot bug, we're rich.
All right. The other battery pack is either in this room with us, or it's a little bit further down the thing. Further down the hallway. Past the dirt. You know, if the Arabs say that they shouldn't have people of their group be portrayed as villains.
Well, okay. So I pushed back and I said, imagine being German for the last 30 years because of all these Nazi games and whatnot. And the response from some people was, well, those are Nazis and not necessarily German. So it's like, okay, well, the Arabs that the people are killing in Fallujah aren't necessarily just Arabs, they're terrorists.
Yeah, it's like...
You know, it's the same thing. It is the same comparison. It's a one-to-one comparison, and the people who act like it's not are full of shit.
Yeah.
I was made for mining.
Sorry, it sounded like you had more to say.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, not all Arabs are German, or, not all Arabs are ISIS. So if you call an ISIS game, like a game where you're fighting ISIS, an Arab killing simulator, well, then the same argument works the other way.
The thing is, though, that everybody doesn't view it like that. Most people view when you villainize, even if you're not villainizing Arabs directly or some other non-white group directly, and you're villainizing some kind of like subgroup of theirs, most people interpret that as you're villainizing that group. You know, you're villainizing that race or that ethnicity. So my pushback is like, yes, technically, these Nazi games are not villainizing Germans, but in actual reality, for most people, they kind of are. Like, you know, it is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryan killing simulator. Like, everybody loved that you could play as BJ Blazkowicz sawing the head off of some German, and they all, you know, like, yeah.
Yeah, well, and how many in the World War II games, I mean, how many of these guys are, like, defending the bunker that you're destroying? Just, conscripts. I mean, these are people, they might even just be apolitical, don't even care about anything. I just, like, you have, like, I just want to, even if we say it's about ideology, okay, well, some of these Germans you're killing just wanted to grill.
Right, there's that, but most German soldiers felt that they were fighting the spread of Bolshevism and communism into Europe. Like, and when they all wanted to surrender to the Americans because they thought the Americans were all gonna, like, treat them much better. And, you know, if you look into what happened to them, I mean, it's pretty tragic. They didn't want to fight Americans.
Yeah.
You know, you know, everybody's like, oh, the SS, the SS, the SS. Most guys weren't in the SS.
No.
I'm gonna go down.
What are you fighting up there?
Yeah. Wally, over here.
Hey, Nat says, are you referencing alt hype there? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, I know who he is, obviously, but I'm not sure what we said that you think was a reference.
Incoming! Smoke him if you got him. All quotas met. Well done, team. Activate your transponder via the mule and get back home.
Schmerling says, in regards to the Fallujah game, apparently a good chunk of the game actually is about portraying the civilians that get caught in the crossfire. Like, I guess, portraying them sympathetically. Like, this shouldn't be happening to them. You know, they don't deserve this kind of deal. Which doesn't sound exactly like Arab killing simulator to me. Spencer says, "Hey, hi guys, how's everyone doing?" Pretty good. How you doing, Spencer? Good to see you. Oh goodness! All these swarmers. My least favorite thing. Tell you what, now that I've started using the Bloody Cold Drills upgrade for the drills themselves, I like it. That being said, switching off of Thorns as a passive, I've definitely noticed with these stupid swarmers not dying. Okay, you got any mushrooms? Krogan?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
3 mushrooms. 3 Bulu caps.
I'm not scared of you.
Farmers. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, in regards to like some of the game treating like what happens to civilians who get caught in the crossfire, I mean, a lot of people just ignore that because that's not part of the anti-white guilt paradigm that they can capitalize and exploit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so even when someone tries to be even when somebody who's white and a developer tries to be, or a filmmaker tries to be sincere about various elements, you'll see these non-white coalitions disingenuously exploit some facet of it for collective racial gain or even individual gain. So it's just like, where is that? I can't see it. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, got the 3 Bulu caps.
All right.
And one of these things.
Come here. I got the deposit.
Secondary objective completed. Make it home and get your bonus.
Yeah. Actually, let me go back for that. You didn't take the last resupply, right? I'm gonna take that. Refill.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did not.
You can press the button though.
Drop pod inbound. Stand clear.
All right, I've called it to me. That way, Molly. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the little bucket doesn't start moving until the drop pod lands, unless you call it. So I've called it, so it'll start moving. And then I will meet you back here, and we can start drilling.
Over here by the market point.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
You know what would be good? A mashup of I just want to grill with I just want to drill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just want to drill.
Okay, let me look at my map here. Okay. Whoa.
Stuck on this.
Well, maybe.
What's the incendiary for now?
Spencer says he's good. He was in a Call of Duty Warzone tournament with Mark Collette and got 6th place in the first round. Wow.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
I'm gonna keep drilling fairly heavily up, and we'll open up into a chamber here. All right, we're in the chamber. Whoa.
Not again.
We're not going up the zip line. Uh-oh. Exploders. And here we are. And we just gotta wait for the mule to catch up.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
We rock! Ready. Shield up. Got it right between the eyes. Hurry up!
Merlin says, Dreadnoughts, bulks, R&D. I just want to drill for Carl's sake. There you go.
Good work. We're pulling you back in.
Knat says, I just want a grill party, was something that Old Hype said at some point. Oh, okay. Like, political party?
Tying back to what we were talking about, how non-whites disingenuously take advantage of like race-baiting politics for collective or individual gain. What's your name? Young for the
I'm gonna
New
be
York
right back.
Times.
You can talk to everybody here. Be right back.
All right. Young from the New York Times and that recent Black Lives Matter leader come to mind. Young from the New York Times, and she's posted all these vitriolic anti-white things over time. I'm sure everybody, remembers her to some extent. She said something like, she loves it every time she posts about old white men and making them angry, yada, yada, yada. There's some more salacious or more heinous tweets from her. They don't come to mind. But then there's that Black Lives Matter co-founder who recently purchased a home in some high-end neighborhood in Los Angeles for like $1.4 million, and it happens to be almost entirely white. That's interesting. Yeah, and it speaks to, not all non-white advocacy groups are disingenuous in their want to advocate for their group, but yeah, I suspect that the group, the Islamic Arab American or whatever it's called organization that is calling 6 Days in Fallujah or whatever it is, an Arab murder simulator, I suspect that they're really being disingenuous and they're really trying to capitalize on something that just is not there. I mean, I guess in some ways I have my own issues with making games about some of these interventionist wars, because I mean, when we get down to it, I don't think we should have gone to Iraq. I myself was about to enlist in the Marines during the invasion and was about to sign the papers and everything, and this mentor of mine talked me out of it, and I have mixed feelings about it ever since. It's like, I really wanted to do my duty for my country, but at the same time, there's really just endless excellent arguments as to why we didn't need to go to Iraq. We didn't need to go to Afghanistan. We didn't need to intervene in any of these countries. We didn't need to do anything in Libya. I mean, Libya is more unstable now than it's ever been. So it's not like when I criticize the Islamic organizations that like kind of crap on these games that arguably may or may not put American interventionism in a positive light. It's not like I'm unreceptive to the arguments against American interventionism. I'm not one of those gung-ho, no matter what America does, it's right type of people. But at the same time, these groups are just capitalizing on the anti-white paradigm train ride, whatever. Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, I guess I should say this too. If I have to choose between taking... I'm not going to humor all the anti-interventionist arguments if by doing so, I have to take a pro-white hit or a hit to the pro-white stance. Like, whoa, did I hear something?
Okay.
Oh, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Did you have fun with everyone?
I guess.
Yeah, you talked to him, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Mission selected. Your chariot awaits.
I didn't just sit here in
Move out.
silence.
Thank goodness. Oh, we already got the beers and everything?
Survival.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, right.
How's it going, Slots?
Stones to the bone.
Hurry up. I ain't getting younger yet.
Slots joined?
Sequence
Okay.
initiating.
Well, I mean, he joined the game. I don't know if he joined the chat. KNat says, is it a common term in English? Oh, you mean grill? It's just a really popular meme now in English. I don't know if I'd call it a common term because it hasn't existed that long. The I just want to grill meme with the guy, the sort of overweight white guy standing in front of the grill.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Pull yourself together.
Spencer says he knows about the background of one of the founders of Black Lives Matter.
If we survive, next
Apparently,
round
she's
is
half something, and also her grandfather was from the Soviet Russia.
We're sending you in
Interesting.
alongside a heavily armed lift to get as many
not
out as
surprising.
possible. We're picking up extreme fire signs in the area, so keep it snappy. A quark's been
All right.
from the walls. Search for a
Blitz.
shimmer in
I
the
mean,
air.
again, they're not to rehash the whole cultural Marxism versus cultural capitalism thing again, but like what I feel like so many people don't realize or accept is that, you know, shit. I feel like these bugs just really got a hard on for me. Like they just all go on me.
Definitely, Hazard 5, the bugs are very aggressive and come out swinging. But once we get rid of this wave of bugs and stabilize, get slots up, we gotta blitz. Screw the gunk seeds. Don't bother with the gunk seeds. Just get 10 quarks and then we're leaving. Yeah, you know, I've been thinking a lot today. You know, it's pretty impressive to me how so many people have such a different like approach to life right now. Like, there's no unity, there's no cohesion in any of our societies. So everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, right? And their own thing sometimes involves like such different ideas. I was talking to someone today and they were like, so PragerU asked, you know, what is like a good thing to do or a moral thing to do or something like that. And Geoffrey Miller or something, he's I believe he's a evolutionary psychologist, and he deals with you know, that kind of stuff, behavioral psychology.
Yeah. Evolutionary psychology, or
What's the one where it's behavioral genetics, right? But so he said something to the effect of avoiding extinction, right? That's a good thing. That is like a righteous like thing or whatever.
Right.
So if you do the things your future generations need you to do so they get to keep living, like you're doing something impressive and good and whatever. So someone else said, like, someone else is coming at, I'm about to die. Oh, I didn't die. From the perspective of, it might be impossible to avoid extinction forever. So, why bother? You know, like they're saying, like, because we can't live forever, because
Luther Pierce, you know, I listened to a radio broadcast of his last night, and he addressed this kind of line of reasoning, and what he said is like, because you can't be clean, 100% clean and free of germs 100% of the time, you might as well just stop bathing. Why bathe? Why take a bath?
Yeah,
You know,
because
it's
we
just-
can't live forever. Let's just die right now, right? It's like, hello, this is insane.
Combat precision.
Maladaptive. I mean, this is I have my disagreements with Dutton, but like, there definitely is something going on with all these maladaptive, spiteful mutant ideas. Like, it's just this. I mean, really, it's like an imbalance of predispositions toward various ideas that if they're balanced correctly, they're adaptive. If they're imbalanced, or they're balanced incorrectly, or if they're imbalanced, then they become maladaptive. Oh boy.
Some of you boys need to get nitro.
Yeah.
Can't be
Yeah.
Oop.
Watch the death bottom. Want some better equipment.
Well, you know what? We're not going to be able to kill all the bugs, so we might as well just die. We might as well just give up.
We can't win every single match we'll ever play, so we might as well just lose all of them.
You know what? I can't stop every child from being molested by a pedophile, so I might as well not stop any of them.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. I got someone arguing with me on Gab. I'm like, this is insane, this is goofy, and he's like, oh, well, this is the only rational view you can come to if you're an atheist. That's what he says. You know, it's like...
Then I'm not an atheist, fine.
It's like... well, I mean, it's like...
I just want to disassociate from them entirely, then. If that's what they all believe, fine.
Yeah, but that's not what they all believe, and even if...
Right.
Like, from, what's it called? From an ideas perspective.
Well, this is another thing. I think people have put ideas above, like, just basic human survival, basic evolutionary, like, thing. It's like, fuck ideas. You know, not to be grotesque, but it's like, in the end, I don't really care about ideas. I care about blood. I care about genes. I care about the survival of peoples. Like, you know, if what ideas are meant to serve that. Ideas are supposed to funnel that and you know, ensure that. If they don't ensure that, then they're worthless. Sorry. It's just, I get real passionate about it.
Okay, did either of you pick up 3 nitro anywhere?
No, I did not. I haven't seen any nitro, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna come grab this.
Let me go over here. Maybe there's some over in this area that I didn't see. Yep, I found some. Give me a second.
No, we're good. I'm gonna...
Oh, you're good? Well,
yeah, I got it.
Should I try to get it anyway, or?
No. Press the button.
All right.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
This is gonna be fast.
Einhead launched.
We've been in this mission for less than 8 minutes, and we're gonna start the launch pad, which is the 2-minute countdown. We want to be out of here in like 10-ish minutes for the whole Hazard 5 point extraction mission.
Does anybody want this last one, or can I take it?
You can take it.
All right, I'm taking it.
Son of a bitch!
By the way, for anyone who's watching, if you're interested in Deep Rock Galactic, maybe you haven't played it, or maybe you have played it, but you're still working on it, you're not, maybe you're still struggling, and if you get into Hazard 4 and Hazard 5, I did put a video up on my gaming channel, sort of like beginner tips for starting in Hazard 4 and Hazard 5. Just a few things in there. And in there, I sit in like a point extraction for like almost a half an hour. And if you know about point extraction, the longer you sit there, well, your guns all start to go away from this
We have a
platform.
Praetorian coming in.
and it just gets... You just get more and more overwhelmed as time goes on. Merlin says
Victorian.
tactical nihilism?
Tactical nihilism.
Keep it together. Drop pod is en route.
Okay. Well, the thing is this way, up your zip line. Well, I believe it's going to be up. It could be below. I don't know where it's going to be. Exactly. Oh, it's definitely below.
Drop pod has arrived.
Never mind.
Clock is ticking. All up to you, team. Drop pod departing.
Let me look at the map
3 minutes.
and start drilling. Drill this way. Get off me, bugs.
It's just right down here. Like, you can take the zip line down and...
Yeah, I'm next to you.
I went down.
Alright.
In a very bad position.
All good. I'll get you
I'm gonna
up.
throw down a shield.
Where the hell is the front door? Okay, I'm gonna drill over here.
I went down again.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 2
I think we're gonna leave you.
Yeah.
That's
all good.
one for the books.
We lose a little bit of
Escape
credits,
pod.
but otherwise we're all good. Everyone gets the experience, everyone still gets credits, it's just like slightly less. Get a 2x bonus instead of a 3x bonus. KNAT says it's fine. Krogan was gonna die anyway. It's true. Why even pick anyone up if they're just gonna fall? Again,
Yeah, I
eventually.
mean, why have a baby if it's gonna die one day?
Yeah.
Well done. One mission to go, and you'll have completed this assignment.
I mean, if you have to poop and pee constantly, why even poop and pee? Why not just let your bladder and your anus just build up and explode?
Now we're
I don't know. I just
stretching
like,
it.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just hate all these. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Is it stretching it? I mean, like,
Well, I meant it.
that's how dumb the idea is.
That was, yeah. You know, it's very dumb. It's insanely dumb. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you want to be... Sometimes I feel like being very rude to these people and just being like, all right, then. You know. Hurry up. Do it. I don't have to listen to you anymore.
Well, because, I mean, really, these ideas are
Rounds of red rock blast.
posturing for another idea. Like the whole notion of there are too many people in the world, we need to stop having babies. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with getting white people to stop having babies.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on,
I mean,
you
there-
Like a lot of these...
Drop sequence.
Their strategy is to tell a bunch of white people to stop having babies. I mean, they, on some instinctual level, would have a repulsion to the idea of, like, going to where like, an extreme number of babies are born, sub-Saharan Africa, and, like, stopping people.
Yeah, I mean, the very, very same people who talk about how, like, the same people who push the, oh, we need to have fewer babies or whatever, they're the same people who write articles about how Africa's booming population is inevitable and they're going to come and they're going to take care of us all in our old age, you know.
All right, team, you're going after an egg.
It's, yeah.
Have
Meanwhile,
you
think
seen how
about
some of
that
those
guy.
people get taken care of?
Yeah.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
There was a compilation, I think it got taken down, or I just can't find it, of basically just elderly people being attacked in public. That's what the compilation video was on YouTube. It wasn't
Is
racial.
Slot's still with us?
No, Slot's jumped. He jumped out.
No.
But
Traitor.
oh. But what was I saying?
How non-whites take care of whites in their old age.
Oh yeah, so there was a compilation of just like elder abuse caught on film on YouTube. Now there was no racial slant or anything to it. It was just like there was people who straight up like abused the elderly in old folks' homes, and then there was like just like random attacks, like someone come up and sucker punching an old lady.
Yeah.
And of course, all the comments got filled with various things because there was a very strong pattern.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that video because I feel like it will, like there was a certain person who would approach it in a totally non-genetic way and then come along thinking.
Well, it's like Glenn Beck when he highlighted like the 10 enemies of the United States and 9 or 8 of them happened to be Jewish. And like he didn't care about Judaism at all, like, but because those people happened to be like those can't. It's weird because Abe Foxman will tell you that like all the guys running all the Hollywood studios just happen to be Jewish, but all the guys on Glenn Beck's list can't just happen to be Jewish. You know, like you can't draw a correlation there or anything. You know?
It's only a coincidence one way.
And again, that is the definition of moral particularism. So many people don't understand that. And it's a real simple concept, too. It's just dressed up in, like, fancy language. What's good for me, what's good is what's good for my group.
Yeah.
What's good is what's good for me at the individual level. Which I think is kind of, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to incorporate this into my Bioshock video, but it's just like Ayn Rand's whole, like, individualist mindset, you know? I mean, her whole objectivist philosophy basically is what's good for me. I mean, it really, I mean, I think it is. But, you know, I'm not a real deep libertarian or liberal thinker in that regard, and so I'm sure somebody could take me to task and spell out more of the specifics and whatnot, but I just see Ayn Rand as somebody who, you know, had a couple good ideas that were basically reiterations of earlier ideas that other people had, and just wanted to be an anti-racist in the process of implementing those ideas. I'm gonna throw down a thing for you, so you can get up here easier. But you got a drill, so you probably didn't need it.
No, not in this case. He's asleep.
I'm having the best time in my life right now.
God. Whoa. Bugs. Another thing.
Explosives, guys.
Turning up the heat.
Where the hell is it? Right under here. I'm shocked I didn't get it.
Come here.
Alright.
I'm full. We're falling.
Oh, gosh. Oh, can you zip line us to that?
Order.
Where? Oh, that? To the thing itself?
Take out that brute.
Next to
To
it.
that.
No. I need it. We want to get down there and kill it. I want to freeze it. So, it's because if it's frozen when it dies, it doesn't release a bunch of extra swarmers. So, like normally it would release like 10 of them or something right now, but instead it's just nothing. But otherwise it was good, just gonna keep creating them. I'm gonna go grab the one right next up at the top. Oh, there's a thing. Oh.
Deep Rock seriously need to invest in some better equipment.
Oh, shit. Why do I always pick the worst fucking time to get something? God, the leecher thing got me.
Oh, and I can't see it from this angle.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're on the fault for being full of...
And I got 2 guys here. Oh, what?
Let me split. Go!
Get out of here. Ooh. We might get all the Evo nuts. I almost never get all the Evo nuts. The in the video I released with the sort of guide for new players doing Hazard 4 and Hazard 5, I couldn't find all the Evo nuts in that one either. Okay, good. Where are we? Okay.
I die a little inside every time I have to take up.
Where the hell is it? Oh, did I already get it from that one? Oh, I thought it was glowing. Never mind. Plot says Evo nuts are the worst. Yes, they are. I don't know. Like, well, and you know what's really bad is Evo nuts on, gosh, what's the region? Okay. It's like down here, whatever region that is. Trying to find Evo nuts there, it's impossible. I don't even think about trying to find all the Evo nuts in that region.
Air's corner heavy down here tonight. Where is that damn tin? Oh! I got the shell back.
Okay. Oh, try John. Take a look at the map here. Is it back in the first room? Oh, there's an egg back in the first room we never got.
Let's clear them out.
Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, I think that zip line will work. This is a small map. Slot says it should only be 10 Evo nuts required. Yeah, or 2.
Find the nitra for ammo.
Where is it? Oh.
Resupply order.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way.
Hey, what's this? Order.
Yay!
Boom.
Resupply is here.
Where's...
Here's more Evo nuts.
Molly.
Oh, grab them.
I think we got them all then. 'Cause these are 2.
Oh. Rogan's got 2 nuts, guys.
Ready to
In case you were wondering.
grabbing ammo.
Secondary objective completed. Now finish the job.
Getting supplies. Taken. Never felt better.
Okay, so... This wall? Yeah, this wall. Oh, here it is.
Where is that damn
It's just laying on the floor.
Yeah, I think I saw that earlier, but got sidetracked with something.
Maybe I thought you put it in, and I don't know, because I got it out of there, right?
Well done. Call the escape pod in when ready.
All right, we'll probably go back down through.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Drop
back down
pod
through this.
inbound.
Boom. And probably down this zip here. Oh wait, maybe not down this. Oh yeah, down this zip.
Drop pod has arrived. The mule has been called back. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Get in here, Molly. Schmerling says, "What's your least favorite hazard?" You mean hazard 1 through 5? Or do you mean like the mission types here? I mean, I don't like collecting the eggs, and I don't like doing the dreadnoughts. My favorite is point extraction.
Come on, we have to leave.
The mule has docked, initiating launch sequence. Extraction commencing. Good work.
I ran the idea by some guys in Patriotic Alternative of them doing it like a collective stream of Human Fall Flat or Among Us, and they seemed fairly receptive to it. So if any of you guys watching are part of Patriotic Alternative, members, followers, etc., like, you know, why don't you say something to them about it? Because I think there's going to be a lot of media hit pieces coming up soon against them, and it would really be nice to see those guys play a real fun, happy-go-lucky, goofy game together, just to show everybody that they're not, you know, these monsters that all the media is gonna try to depict them as.
Yeah, I think seeing a Patriotic Alternative Among Us would be fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Destroy it out.
So Schmerling says the warnings. You know, what's my least favorite warnings? Like Haunted Cave. Yeah, that's not great. Let me look up the warnings. I feel like some of the warnings are just kind of like, sometimes they're kind of brutal, but I feel like a lot of them are fun. Deep Rock Galactic warnings. Oh, mutators. Yeah. So you have the critical weakness, double XP, gold rush, golden bugs, low gravity, mineral mania, rich atmosphere, volatile guts. Those are the anomalies. Those are like the good ones for the most part. Then you have cave leech warning, parasites, regenerative bugs, low oxygen, Mactera plagues, lethal enemies, shield disruption, exploder infestation, and haunted cave.
Time to make space.
So
Closet.
what do I like the least on here? I kind of like low oxygen. Low oxygen can be tough, though. Like, it can be pretty tough, but I think it, like, makes the... like, I never am like, oh, low oxygen, I can't play it. Sometimes I know it'll be hard, but I generally enjoy it. Haunted Cave I don't always enjoy, especially on, like, on-site refining. Because... or, like, point extraction... more so on-site refining. You end up with the haunted thing just sits at the center a lot. It's just kind of in everyone's way. Mactera Plague during the Elite Deep Dive today was worse than I've ever seen it. I mean, almost all my deaths were due to the Mactera Plague. The other ones are fine. And as far as anomalies go, I really like the low gravity. You know, low gravity is kind of fun. And also, it's great for anyone who's, like, new to Scout. To try their Scout game on low gravity, because no matter how bad you fall, you're generally not going to kill yourself from falling during low gravity. You know, it's like, you can start to get used to, like, the thing where, let's say you see some Nitra in a wall, and you want to try and get on top of the Nitra, or kind of in the wall, so maybe you don't have an engineer. Well, doing that on low gravity is a great experience, because you don't just die when you fail. Slot says his favorite mission type is the on-site refining, and also the mining expedition. Yeah, I kind of like those. I like the on-site refining, but my favorite is still point extraction, by far. Like, I like point extraction, on-site refining, escort duty, and, like, these are my favorites right here. And then I don't really like the elimination. Yeah, I'm not super big on the salvage operations. And I don't like the egg hunts. Slot says, I liked the deep dives. There should be more of those. Well, I mean, like, you can do... after you've done the deep dive, you can do it again, right? But it's just, they only cycle once a week, because that's when the rewards are, right? Slot says salvage operation is easy. It depends. So, like, you don't... Like, normally you can run around and find a nice place that's, like, easy to defend and do your own thing. But here it's like, okay, you gotta stand right next to this thing. And unless your team is willing and ready to completely reshape the terrain with engineer platforms and mining, sometimes it's, like, very hard. And, like, there's just, like, a bulk detonator right on top of you. Or a couple of pressers, like, just right on top of you. It goes to hell in a handbasket. Right here, this region. This is a perfect region. I'd play any of these and be happy about it. Alright. Well, what are we going to play next week, Krogan?
Assuming I don't botch the time scale again like a moron. A Way Out?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know, have you guys seen A Way Out? So, A Way Out, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to show you what we're going to be playing next week a little bit here. Let me see if I can move some things around and bring it up on a side screen. Boink. Boink. I know you can't see the window I'm actually using here, but you will in a second.
I'm also willing to, and I would be curious what your viewers would think about this, but I personally think Gears of War 5 is exceedingly woke and exceedingly hilarious. Takes up a ton of hard drive space, though, but right now I think it's on sale. There will be a minimal purchase, and I'm just wondering if any of your fan base would want to see Embargo play through that. Because again, it is quite over the top, but it's also kind of old, you know. I mean, at this point, it's kind of dated. Like, a lot of people have already seen various takes and whatnot on it. You know, if anybody has got, I mean, I guess that's not, again, that's not really what Saturday streams are supposed to be about, but I don't know. I'm babbling.
All right, I'm going to play some of the trailer here for Way Out. So you can see it's cinematic. These are the two main characters. And you can use, did you see that? Maybe they'll show it again. It's split screen, but it's left and right, not top and bottom. Yeah. So, like, these are your two characters in prison, and they have to find a way out, right?
My name is Joseph Fares, and I'm
and
the
I thought the
writer,
split screen was always
director of A Way
weird
Out.
because
A Way Out is a story
I figured if
driven
you're going to be
co-op
playing, because it's
game.
split
It is
screen
designed
even if
to
you're
play
playing on
and
online
experience
co-op,
only
which
with
I thought
split-screen co-op,
was weird.
which
I
means
thought,
you have to play
like,
the game with a friend.
like
Either
some of the
online
scene, like I
or
know
on
there's this
your
one
couch.
scene where you have
The
to like
game starts in a prison.
play
You play
back
as
to back.
Vincent,
You have to like
and Leo.
put your back against the
You and
other
your friends
player's
will get
back
to
and
know
then
your
like crawl up
characters
this shaft,
and
and
follow
that
their
makes sense for there to be one screen for that. But otherwise, when you're walking around independently from one another, to me, it made more sense for there to not be a split screen, or for there to be an option to see what the other player is seeing if you want to, you know, like hook through it. Because I mean, one of the cool things about streaming that game would have been then that you could have two different people streaming two ends of the game, and you could have like either through OBS Ninja or two different streams set up, you could watch two different people streaming, and like, I don't know, there's all kinds of cool things you could do with streaming. But the developers, I guess, weren't interested in that. And I guess from, you know, their perspective, it didn't make financial sense to do that. But still, the split screen, even though for online co-op, like, I don't know, never sat well with me. It seemed odd.
Well, I mean, I think the way it's supposed to work out is like, you're like two different people. You have your own sort of story, but then you come together, and then you're doing the same things, but then you might split up again, and now you're doing other things again, and like, but you're still supposed to be informed and experiencing both of these two stories. And you see even there, they actually split the screen, interestingly, where both players are on one side, and it's some NPCs that are on the other. So,
Yeah.
I feel like it's, you know, I think on some level, these guys took a risk with their sort of split-screen vision. And I'm very interested in giving it a shot. I think maybe it'll be. I think maybe this is something we could walk away from being impressed with the way the split screen thing worked out.
I will say that the other game the guy developed, Brothers, is phenomenal. It really is a phenomenal game, and definitely worth buying.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I think it's called like A Tale of Two Brothers, or I have it in my library. Let me.
Now, me and Krogan played
Brothers,
a few
A Tale
minutes
of Two
of
Sons.
it just to see if
Brothers.
we could. Go ahead.
Sorry, the game's called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Okay.
And it's very, very good. Anyway, you were saying we played a little bit of it.
Yeah, we played a little bit of it. Just we wanted to make sure it worked on our computers and all that kind of stuff. And so you start off in a prison, and it is kind of interesting because, like, normally in any sort of prison in a multiracial society, things split very strongly upon race. So much so that if you're the wrong race, you might not be welcome into certain areas of the cafeteria or the yard. They didn't depict that in this game. You're one guy, you're this white guy, and then you'll go have a conversation with some black guy on a bench, and they don't go into that. They in fact portray something that's very different.
Yeah, this is something that's portrayed in The Division and The Division 2 as well. And I was kind of talking to him. I was showing Embargo some footage of that last night because it does that as well. Like DC becomes. I'm not going to go into the whole explanation of what The Division is for anybody who doesn't know. I'm sure most of the audience is familiar with the game concept and all of that. But in the sequel, The Division 2, it's in DC. DC's in ruins. There are all these gangs running around. And then there are all these like banding together communities that crop up, and they become like sort of pseudo semi self-efficient. And like, but nothing in the game is across racial or ethnic lines.
Yeah.
Like all the psychopaths are like completely diverse and whatnot. All the communities are completely diverse and whatnot. And it's not like I'm rooting. Some people who are anti-racist are going to hear me say that, and they're going to think that I'm rooting for that. That it pleases me that different racial groups and different ethnic groups come into conflict on average, and that I want that to happen. Really, how I view that is that it's just a fact of life. It's just a mechanic of biology.
And I should actually
these
bring up
games
something I made. But go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, I was more or less finished. It's just nonsensical how the Division 2 does that. Like, there's all this breakdown of society, and yet there is no ethnic conflict. There is no racial conflict. It's just like random sort of marauding gangs versus people who are nice and want to build a community. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. Let me bring up something I made. Because someone on Twitter asked me, how does racial diversity impact unionizing? Because one of the big stories of the week is why. So there was a bunch of Amazon employees down in Alabama, fairly diverse area.
They voted against it.
Yeah, voted against the unionization of their warehouse. So let me grab this.
And I didn't read the full article on it, but my understanding is that some people think that there was tampering with the election results, which I would suspect. I mean, I've known a bunch of people who are Amazon workers. People in my family have worked for Amazon. Like, I seriously doubt they voted to not unionize, but maybe...
I wouldn't be surprised if they voted against it. So, of course, one of the things I was referencing on Twitter was the leaked Amazon doc that workforce, they had a bunch of metrics for measuring the risk of a location unionizing. And one of the metrics they kept track of and calculated was diversity. By increasing diversity, you could decrease unionization risk.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, like, hey, corporations are using a multiracial workforce to prevent workers from unifying against them.
Right, and this is where some of the cultural, sorry to interrupt you, but this is where some of the cultural capitalist proponents, and I think this is a sort of a dated concept at this point within the alt-right, maybe or the dissident right, maybe it's not, but a lot of people have noticed that capitalism has profited off of diversity quotas and whatnot in various ways, and then they've used that to say that, well, this really wasn't like a Judeo-communist post World War II inundation of American Western society so much. But it's just like you can have like these movements that occur from a top down, that emanate from the top down, that various actors across the field, so to speak, can benefit from. And if there's this top down dissemination of diversity as a strength and whatnot, of course there are going to be very big capitalist entities that are going to see that, oh, diversity, it can divide unions. um, a lot of communists, when they talked about, infiltrating American society, they all talked about how blacks and the various racial minorities were America's weakest links, and they talked explicitly about exploiting that. There's no reason why capitalists, big money interests, wouldn't see that and seize upon those same mechanisms for their own benefit. So I think people kind of get lost in this either or dichotomy when really like, do you follow what I'm saying, or am I making any sense? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
okay, well that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, so a couple things going on. Slot says social capital, is that cohesion? Social capital is not the same as cohesion, but it is similar, right? Like cohesive groups will fundamentally have more social capital. So Slots also says Sean Last made a piece saying that socioeconomic status decreases social trust, not diversity. Well, at the end of the day, those two go hand in hand for sort of very obvious reasons, Um, like if diversity is always like 100% of the time accompanied with socioeconomic status differences, then it is basically the same. But there's more to it than that. So I say in this post, diversity is inversely correlated with social capital. That's just one statement. But there's another point to it, Just if we think about it very reasonably, the people who are most effective in organizing with each other to sort of create a group, well, if you want to form groups with people, the ones that will form the best groups are the people who have the greatest shared goals, right? Shared dispositions, shared values, shared outlooks. I mean, imagine trying to make a group of people who don't have shared goals, right? And so I give an example here. So you have group A, B, and C. Here's A and C, and they're both homogenous, but they're different with each other, but they're homogenous with themselves. You could make any of these three groups happen. A, B, or C. The B being the heterogeneous group. If they all have short-term goals, they can organize. But group B is the one who's most likely to have long-term goal differences, meaning that they're going to be more resistant to organizing initially, and they're also going to be more volatile. They're going to be more likely to split up after maybe real short-term goals are reached.
I can't see what your charts, but I just wanted to highlight that Brett Weinstein talked about this on Joe Rogan. He talked about how the anti-white coalition of the left, it doesn't have as much mortar holding it together as, say, white people forming a coalition or any other racial group forming a coalition.
Yeah.
And he even said more or less verbatim that you can expect it to break up over time. And that's what Weinstein and the dark web, the intellectual dark web, and these other people are trying to deal with. They're trying to deal with this coalition breaking up because there's no real mortar holding it together other than their anti-whiteness.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's, when you look at some of the BLM groups conflicting with other groups that they might live in proximity to, it's obvious that the sort of alliance they have is an alliance of convenience. If we become not the majority, but simply a plurality, it may be that at some point some of their other conflicts start to take bigger sort of center stage.
Well, we're already seeing this to a certain extent. You're starting to see like Latinos go a little bit more to the Republican Party, and you see a lot of civnats acting like, "Oh, this is a great thing. This means assimilation." No, what it means is that it means that they're starting to come into conflict with BLM, and that they see the Republican Party as sort of as a way to potentially combat that, because the Democrats, by and large, are kind of going, or have been at least, been really coddling BLM far more than Latino interests. So you see like these different groups start to splinter up politically, and when you see like yeah, as you see like I personally I think within the next 5 to 10 years you're really going to see the GOP become a big strong base for Latinos,
Hmm.
and they're going to be very well. We've talked about this a lot. They're going to be way more anti-gun.
Yep.
They're going to be way more big government. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to resemble in any like, and people forget that this has happened over the history of the United States. I mean, the Republican and Democratic parties have shifted several times in terms of like what they represent. And then, yeah, I mean, you even get grifters today who highlight that all the time. Well, the Democrats were the real racists to begin with, like,
Yeah.
so it's going to shift again, and it's not going to mean what a lot of people are going to tell you it means.
Yeah. And if you want more on that, what exactly we're talking about, I wrote this letter to VDARE, right? And you can find it on their website. A reader says that demographics will continue to be destiny even if Hispanics do vote Republican. And I break down some information about political differences between groups. And I also have this video that I talk about it, and I highlight some of the bad blood between various racial groups in the United States that doesn't include us, right? There was this I believe it was
blacks
a
and Jews.
Hispanic gang that like bombed some. Here it is. Gang members admit to firebombing black families in Boyle House housing development. This is from the Los Angeles Times. So like this Hispanic gang blew up this black housing. And when you look at gang violence, and you look at, for example, black gangs fighting black gangs, and then you look at black gangs fighting Hispanic gangs, the interracial gang violence is particularly brutal, right? The gang violence in between races, you tend to have a lot more brutalization, like people were hurting each other to make a point.
There are studies on this. There are studies on this, and like people from different groups, like in aggregate, display less empathy toward members of an outgroup. Even like there are numerous studies on this, and even the implicit bias studies reveal this. But what you see is like the Marxian or whatever you want to call it, like the left. You see people left of center highlight this, and they're trying to curtail that, and they're trying to like redirect that and blame it on these other things. And it's like, in a lot of ways, their insistence that these implicit biases are actually the result of white supremacism. It's just like they're in so many ways bringing about more violence.
Yeah,
they're not curtailing the violence. They're not doing anything to actually bring it down. And in a lot of ways, they're far more responsible for it than any quote unquote neo-Nazi or whatever,
Yeah, and when it comes to people being less empathetic to an outgroup, I mean, we can even just look at history. And what I mean by that is specifically look at how certain ethnic groups are brought in as a police force. You saw that in the Roman Empire. If you would have a legion raised in a different region, a legion from a different area of the empire, you would bring it over to police this other group. Like, if you raised a legion from Illyricum, sort of like modern-day Greece, and then one from, Transalpine Gaul, if you want to crack down in Illyricum, you don't use the Illyricum troops, because then they'd be cracking down on their own group. They'd be trying to crack down on their own uncles. They'd be trying to crack down on people who look like their uncle. So instead, you move them around. You saw this in, what was that? What's that country? Oh, Liberia. He would bring in Gaddafi, right? He would bring in sub-Saharan Africans, black Africans.
Libya?
Oh, Libya. What did I say?
I think you said it doesn't matter. We mean Libya.
Yeah. So he'd bring in black Africans to police an Arab African population. Because again, people are just more willing to crack down on people outside their group. And when you tell them to crack down in their own group, they can only go so hard before they put it down. And really, people maybe can only go so hard ever, but the limits are still just different. We would be foolish to ignore that.
Though, to stack another layer on top of what you're saying, the Irish have often been, well, not too often, but they have sometimes been called upon as a police force internationally or for the new UN because of their radical because they're so goddamn impartial. Like, so you get some groups who are more impartial than others. That doesn't really. I can see how that seems to push back against what you're saying, but I don't really think it does. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up because it seemingly does push back against what you're saying. But that, I mean, even within modern times, uh, you see groups do this. So I mean, yeah, it's not just the Legion. I mean, you pointed out Gaddafi in Libya. I'm trying to think of examples where the British Empire did it, or like during you know, well, yeah, there's enough examples.
Yeah. Well, Spencer says, I have something to tell American Krogan. Someone by the username Zeke, Zeke, sent him a friend request for Call of Duty Warzone. He's a friend. So one of Spencer's friends wants to hang out with you on Call of Duty Warzone.
I never play it. Like I only play it for the live streams with Mark Collett and gang. Like, so I mean, I just don't really play it.
So if Zeke wants to play with American Krogan, he better show up to those tournaments. Okay. Well, that's about it. We're going a little bit over. So tomorrow we're going to do Sunday Night Nonsense, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will be doubly, triply sure to keep track of the proper time.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
6 p.m. for me.
on American Krogan channel, Sunday Night Nonsense. We'll go over the kind of the news of the week, talk about the nonsense that's been happening, and sometimes we tie it into more historical things. It's not just necessarily news. Schmerling says, take it easy. Hope you fix your D-Live. Yeah, I hope I fix it. I don't know what the deal is. It never
Might
worked
be a
today.
D-Live wide issue.
I mean, there's other channels live on D-Live right now, but not me. All right.
Well, maybe you're banned.
I mean, it could be some sort of weird band. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a good weekend.